Okay, oh, this is the set I'm about to do. Once again, this is the second plate from Clearjelly Stamper. I used the first plate in the I think Love Life personal nails that you see the day before this one. This was the next that I did. I was thinking on the plate it had some lace designs and then it had this pretty mask. So I did a purple and white, kind of matching like the makeup look I did the other day. So yeah, this is the look I did. I hope you'll like it. These nails are already prepped. I already buffed them. I already kind of filed out the tip. I realized when I made the last video, it took so long to, show the buffing and everything. I just decided to do that part off camera. And all you're seeing me right now is just get alcohol, soap solution or my version of soap solution and just wipe off the nail tip to get the dust and everything off of it. White, auburn, and the outside will be purple. This is the plate I'm going to use that I'm moving out my way. I'm going to start off with the white nail polish, which is the middle finger. And sorry for the nails. My nails broke a couple days ago. And at this point, I just didn't feel like redoing them. Like, I understood why they snapped. As you realize, they didn't lift off. I have my pinky nail that lift off. But it wasn't because of that. It was because I was being very, very rough with my nails. And I had to do something. Next color I'm going to do is the outer purple. It's basically the middle color that I use for the auburn color, which is the mid purple that I have for this look. Right now I'm going to do the auburn. I have a single stand right here that helps me allow me to do individual designs without messing up or touching the other nails I've already done. And when you put the next color up there, you literally make it touch the previous color. That way when you're blending the two colors, they have something to mix together to make a transition basically. I had already put the bottom color on this one. And then what you see me is just literally tapping the color side to side. The next, a couple tries, I figured out how the easier way to do this one, but for right now, I'm tapping the colors to mix those two colors together. And then after a while, you see me do the quick side to side swiping motion just to blend it up and down. But for right now, what I like to do on this step is to basically make the colors blend together. So turning the nail upside down either way and just tapping across that line is allowing that purple to kind of slowly work into the white and the white to slowly work into the other color. Allowing it to blend like this and then afterwards swiping left to right to just kind of blend it like this right here, that swiping left to right is allowing it to blend a little bit more effortless if you just don't really move up and down. To stay in one area and move slightly up, slightly down to get that main area blended. And as you can see, I just keep on going back and then I keep on cleaning the brush. That way, if when I go from the dark to that upper light color, it doesn't mix. Versus even when I'm in the middle, I still wipe. That way I can get a good transition from the lighter color to the darkest one. Once again, this process takes a minute. So yeah, I think entirely this entire nail set took me about 2 hours and 30 minutes, and that's without like the buffing. It probably took a little bit longer, especially with the album, because I didn't record the entire part of me blending the color together. Because I was like, that would be too long for y'all to sit here and watch all that stuff. And just to let y'all know, y'all don't see me put 3 coats, but I do put 3 coats on top of 2 top coats for me to buff in. That way I have a smooth surface when I do the stamping. And once again, y'all don't see the buffing, so just remember, buff it up until the entire part is, I want scratched up. Like, yeah, let's just say scratched up.
I gotta say, I'm incredibly excited. I gotta say, I'm incredibly excited. Jay.
So you just keep on blending the two colors together by swiping left to right across the nail, and you will slowly see the colors start blending together over time. Just keep on blending, blending, blending. The idea is to get a nice auburn from white to the darker purple.
I gotta say, I'm incredibly excited.
Remember, you still are blending the colors. I know this process is a very long process of me blending the colors, but I'm sorry, to get that perfect auburn, you will have to sit there and blend for a good second. I've seen people do this with like a sponge and brush. I've never tried to do it with gel. I've heard it's easier to do it with regular nail polish. But for gel, this is the best way. One day, eventually, I'm going to try how to do it with the sponge. But for right now, this is the best way I figured out how to do it is to get a almond brush and just kind of blend it in. Now, like I said, stamping, I'm using the bottom corner right image, which was like the most kind of laciest part they had on this plate. And I don't know why I chose to go with the lace I did, but I think a lace would have been better, especially for like the mask I had planned to put on the middle finger. Mind you, I've always loved masks. Matter of fact, my wedding, if I had as much money as I wanted to, my wedding would have been a masquerade ball. But you know, you do what you can or what you can afford. So this was the idea I wanted, was basically a Victorian idea of nails with lace and a cute little mask. So for the stamping part, I used black over the nail. Mind you, you can use other colors. Like I used the silver to do the mask, and then I covered it with purple pigment, and it still came out pretty but not as dark as this one. And I kind of prefer that these two nails came out dark, even though you still see the color under it, because it gives you a different idea of what you can achieve. Mind you, I buffed the nails before, because if you look at the fingernail polish, they're completely matte. I put two top coats on and then I buffed. So just remember that it's not just top coat I put on there. It's two top coats and then I buffed the surface until it turned matte or until it's completely scratched. And mind you, I do have real stamping polish that's not gel stamping polish, but I'm more aligned use them to do reverse stamping or fill-ins. At this point, the reason why you see this thing keep on falling down, the magnet that was supposed to stick it to the stand kind of loosened itself out of the stand. So that was a problem I had to deal with at that point in time. The only thing that saved me, if you look to the corner upper right, I had a stand. Eventually, I just switched the nail to a new stand. And then last night, I glued the magnet back into its original spot. Right here, because the image wasn't long enough for the nails, or I didn't get as much as I need for nails, I turned the image kind of sideways to make sure it covered the whole nail, and I still stamped it on my nails. Right now I'm just cleaning off the stamping plate because the image I'm going to use is right above it, which is the mask. And if I didn't clean the stamping plate, I would have had black mixed in with silver. And for the base of the mask, all I wanted was silver and the chrome powder. I'm cleaning up any residual type of images on the stamping, and then I stamp it on the nail. Voila! From this point, I cure it for 60 seconds. Be sure you cure it for the entire 60 seconds. Gel polishes are very thick. If you don't cure it, they will bleed. So just remember, cure it for the entire 60 seconds. It won't kill you. Just let it sit. Mind you, this is when I get the pigment powder. I have a chrome purple pigment, and then I have the silver pigment I use for the darker area of the nails. On the mask, you can see me like I pat the color in there. I don't rub it as good as I rub it for the lace print. And the reason why I rubbed it in for the lace print versus the mask, the lace print had very small, thin lines that I needed to completely cover with the powder. And as far as the full mask, it was just basically a solid picture. So as far as, burnishing into that would not be as hard versus something with very fine lines, something that I have to make sure is completely covered. I was just like, let me burnish it in. And burnishing basically is me getting it, the cushion that you see and rubbing it into the sticky layer of the gel polish just to make sure you get a full coverage of this thing. And then we put the silver at the end of the nail. We do the same thing to the other nail. Burnish the color in the top of the nail. Make sure you cover it completely. Rub it in, rub it in. If you don't rub it when you're done, you're going to see like the really, really fine lines that you will probably have gotten if you had furnished it in there will not be covered. So just to make sure I get that full idea of that nail, fully covered nails, no question about it, no act. And then I basically get a clean, this is not a lint-free wipe. I've ran out, I've been ordered them. They still not have came in the mail, so this is basically a paper towel, and I'm just rubbing any extra product off of this, and then anything extra that has not really got into the gel polish, this helps it stick even more. Nothing extra, nothing gained. So I just rub it really, really good until it all comes off. Now I'm going to do the other one. And like I said, you're basically burnish it in there. So if a lot of people realize if you do it the way I did it and you burnish it, like rub it in there, there's certain parts that's going to stick to your nail and not the gel. And this process will help it remove it from the part it's kind of sticking to when it's your nail. Um, the mask, you don't really need to do that much because it wasn't like small little lines and stuff. You just burnish it, rub it down to get all the extra off, and then you're done. Right now, I'm putting over the outline of the mask. Mind you, look, again, I did tell you this is a Clearjelly stamper plate. So they always have like a bottom layer, and then they have the top layer that you put over the stamp you want. This right here is just removing anything extra that will come up when I rolled off the image I wanted to the stamper. And the reason why I did this and I put my finger and I pressed it down like this was because that side of it where the ribbon was did not all the way touch. And you'll see what I'm talking about. And a little bit later, you'll see me draw the line for the mask. Mind you, please don't do this if you do this look or something close to this look I did not cure it after I put the the middle finger with the outline of the mask, and I should have. I realized it when it was too late after I put top coat on, and by then that time the color had already started to smudge. So I took my loss on that one. So you see me right here just going on the side and making sure that ribbon full looks like a full complete ribbon. And if anybody's not good with drawing lines on nails, like I said in my other video, you need to fill up the pencil brush as if it's a calligraphy pen. I don't know how to explain it to you. If you're not like somebody that likes to be art or somebody just likes to write, you won't understand what I'm saying. If you ever use a calligraphy pen, you can see like when the point, I'm gonna call it the point, has ink in it versus when it doesn't. That's what you're looking for. That's why when you see me use the brush, I'm pressing it in the color and I'm spinning it to make sure it gets into the bristles. And even to store like my fine line brushes, I leave it in a little bit foundation top gel. All of them have lids, so I just use some type of gel just to make sure that all the hair stays completely together in one smooth motion. Right here you see me putting, it's a builder gel I bought from AliExpress. Mind you, majority of the stuff that I have here besides the Model 1 is from AliExpress. Like the stamping, not the stamping plate or from Clearjelly Stamper. I will be doing more nails in the future that are not completely surrounded around Clearjelly Stamper. It's just because I have a subscription. I was like, let me show you the ideas of what I will come up with these nail plates. Because somebody else may get these exact same nail plates and don't do the design I did, or do something completely different that somebody else may like more than mine. But as far as me, myself, and I think this look was the best idea for me. Right now, I'm putting top coat on. This is something normal. For anybody that does not know, I don't like to put top coat on stamping up until the last second. So as you can see, I'm going on to the nails that don't really have anything on them first. So that is basically the purple two nails at the end, which will be my thumb and my pinky. Sorry, I'm doing this video at night. Um, and it'll be my thumb and pinky, and then I'll go over the stamping polishes. I mean the stamping nails. Just to make sure that the image or the pigment or whatever I put on that stamping nail that day does not move, does not come off, does not give me problems. So the next few minutes, you will see me do top coat, and then in a few you'll see me put the rhinestones in. And right here, I'm just making sure the top coat is touching the builder. I've seen people do it like this, and they'll get top coat and rub over the builder gel. But the way I figured out how to do this the most easiest way was to put a small amount of builder gel. And when I mean a small amount, I honestly put as much to cover the big diamond. And then as I'm putting the smaller one, I kind of push it to the big one and kind of slide it down around it. That way it is touching or getting into it, the bigger one gel. And then if I don't have enough gels, builder gel to make sure all my diamonds are secured, sometimes I'll get the small liner brush and then move them into place to make sure all my crystals are in place. Like what you see me doing here, I am just lining up the crystals, making sure they look okay. And then, yeah.